In today's video I will show you a very easy way to fix the torn lining of my mother's bag. As you can see, the edge of the fabric has fried and one half of the lining is completely torn. First I will pull out the lining in a way so that the wrong side of the lining is facing me. You need to be able to see all the seams and raw edges on that side. Now you have to find the seam at the bottom. Take a seam ripper and rip this seam. This is the seam at the bottom of the lining that keeps the front and the back pieces of the lining sewn together. You need to have a hole at the bottom big enough so the rest of the bag can go through it. Now turn the lining so the right side is facing you. You should see the pockets and the zippers if there are any. Now, using the hole we just made at the bottom of the lining, put the lining over the back as shown in the video. The right side of the back must be touching the right side of the lining. You will only be able to see the wrong side of the lining. Now we have to sew the lining to the top of the bag again. An important thing to look at is how the zipper is sewn to the bag. The very end of the zipper is not sewn to the bag. So you have to push the end that is not sewn between both layers and pay more attention when sewing that part. Now let's head to the sewing machine. Instead of finishing the edge of the lining, I will fold it by half a centimeter. This will make the lining noticeably smaller. Also, you won't need an overlocker to fix the bag and you will save a bit of time. No one will be able to see the fried edge on the inside after we are done with the repair. Now you can see how I finished the seam. And this is how the inside will look after the lining is sewn. Now let's get the bag out through the hole and close the hole. After you pull out the lining, you can inspect the right side of the bag. I didn't finish the front edge and that's why there are some threads sticking out. You can simply cut them off to remove them. Here is the end of the zipper and the other side of the back that I haven't touched. Make sure the right side of the lining is facing you and align the bottom. I will simply sew both layers together close to the edge of the fabric. However, if you want the inside of the lining to look as before, you can hand sew the hole closed using the leather stitch and you will get an invisible finish. I personally think that having a seam on the inside at the bottom is not a problem and it's much faster way to repair the back. Tell me in the comments which way you would prefer to finish your back. If there are any threads sticking out, you can push them towards the inside. This is the seam I made. It is almost invisible. And this is how it will look at the bottom of the back. Now let's push the lining inside. And that's the back after the repair. Please don't forget to like the video and leave me a comment if you found it useful. Now have a nice day and see you next time.